So there's this couple. Um, I seen this woman walking, and then like 30 yards behind, walking was her boyfriend or something, and he was walking with this a rock pick, like like the miners have this massive like rock pick. It was a like an industrial size rock pick. You know how like there's a sledgehammer. This thing has a point on the front and a point on the back. A straight up rock pick. I'd never seen one like that before. And it seemed like he was stalking her. Like she was like cussing him and walking away, and he's following her with this freaking big ass rock pick and over his shoulder. And I was like, is this guy like some type of like reenactment of like the history of the town, being that used to be a miner's town? So they used to have people like working it down in the mine and shit. Like, is he some kind of hipster or something? Like, what the fuck is this? And I was thinking, so I should call the police. Like, you can't follow a woman who doesn't want to be bothered. This is the second time I've seen somebody actively stalking their girlfriend. Now, the first time was at the Good News Rescue Mission. And I was like, I told one of the employer staff people, like, dude, that guy's freaking full on stalking that girl, right? He was like, yeah, but they're kind of an item. So, but this time with the rock pick guy, though, was whoa, like, holy shit. Like, he could freaking kill her with that. So I was like, thinking about it. But then I studied them, like, I watched to see the interaction, like, is she trying to get away, basically? Because if she was trying to get away, I would call the police. But then she was like turning back and talking and not like really trying to get away, but she was like way out in front of him, but she wasn't running. But she was still turning back around and talking. Like, she was still turning back around and, and telling, like, hey, motherfucker, get away from me. But also at the same time, like, fuck you and this and that. I'm like, are you gonna try to run away or not? Like, I don't know if I should, so I'm like, hell no, because then I'm thinking, like, she's not the only person that exists, if I'm doing the van life thing, then they know the motherfucker find out where I'm parked and he knows I'm in town, or, like, I'll be totally vulnerable and incapacitated. And so I don't want to have people like that who know where I'm at when I'm incapacitated. So I'm like, fuck that. I have, like, there's people who are psychologically, emotionally, mentally tied to my well-being. So I was like, she's not the only person alive. Like, screw them. Fuck them. Both of them. Like, fuck both of them. And I was right, because later on they came back the other direction, and he's still following her and everything, but and it seemed like he was losing the psychological war, because his retorts were like, injured or something. Like, damn, she's scarring him, like, mentally and shit. She was like, he's got this big ass rock pick, scary fucking looking thing, but she's like working him over, because like he would be like, shut up. When somebody's like, shut the fuck up, then they're losing, whatever that is. But it seemed like some of the vagrants are a little bit part of the historical society or something. What the fuck is going on? I was like, sooner or later he's gonna come across somebody like with a whip or something, like Indiana Jones, and it's gonna be, oh shit, he's cracking his whip, and this guy's got his, and then one of them is gonna be like, damn, fuck this weapon, I'm gonna get away from that weapon. But, or a gun. Supposedly there's a lot of guns, like, because this is like a, conservative area, so people, they have their stickers with so many guns on their big ass truck and everything that says like that they have guns. So I believe them. But then, if you have a gun, you probably you're holding on to it for some reason when you really have to use it. But somebody with a whip is antagonizing, or somebody with like a big ass rock pick, like, man, I don't want to get slammed in the chest with that thing, like, so I was like, I just like roll up my window, I just like just lock my door, just I hope they freaking, as soon as they get the furthest away from me, then that's all I really want. So I mean, if you see somebody just like beating the crap out of a woman, you should call the police. But somebody who looks like they might kill their women eventually, she's trying to charm the tempest or something. Like, she's like playing this game, this dangerous game where she's like she has the anaconda trained and everything, but the thing could bite her. But I can't wait through all this shit while you don't leave and you don't run away so that he can eventually bite you. So I'm supposed to like save them or something. So, saving him too, because if he did something to her with that rock pick thing, his life would be pretty much cookies too. So yeah, fuck them. But on another note, the guy who was yelling about how I was staring at him when I was looking at my phone. He had like this, I don't know, it was this thing where he was like, I don't, that weirdo, what the fuck, you keep staring at me, you won't quit it. Because I looked up from my phone and I thought that, from me moving my head, shifting to see him, that he would know that at first I wasn't actually looking at him, I was looking at something else. But then I went back to looking at my phone and he was like, he's still doing it. What the fuck, this guy? And his neighbors was like, what? Like, what's going on and shit? And then they reasoned, they were like, nah, bro, like, no. And then later on, because he said something about, like, he might be trying to steal my girlfriend, but there was, like, no girl anywhere around. But then later on, he was talking to her, because this is, like, they live next to the park. So they were sitting on the porch and talking, and, I can hear something of, like, oh, no, that was probably what it was, or something. So they were figuring out that I'm not staring at him. And then he was like all like, I don't know, complex, what's it called? Complexitive, complicate. He was like, what's it called? He was being, completative. Like, he was in this real completative mind, like wrapping his head around the fact that I wasn't staring at him. At first, I was thinking, if you're willing to escalate with somebody based on a misconceived notion, and you wanted to, like, get up with me or something like that, like, fuck you, like, fuck you, you're a loser, fuck you. But I had the bear spray and everything ready for his ass. For a while, I was like, I was about to leave, but I hung around a little bit longer just in case that dude, like, tried to get down with me or something like that, because I wanted to bear mace him. Like, I was like, fuck people like that. Fuck you for getting it so twisted, and then being so adamant even after there's ample evidence that it wasn't the case, and you're just like and cognitive dissonance, and you still wanted to push the issue even though it was nothing. Like, fuck that guy. I wanted to bear mace him, But now, I don't. I mean, you know, yeah, I don't, like, you know, I don't want nothing to do with him. And his girl walked by one time, and then, like, I didn't look at her, you know what I mean? I was like, she almost, like, seemed like she wanted to say, like, hey, how you doing, or something. And I was just like, you know, she's like, oh, you don't want nothing to do with me. And then she told him that. So she was actually advocating for me by telling him that I didn't want nothing to do with her and shit. It was weird. Okay, there's some weird, I mean, it's not just this town. This shit is everywhere. People are on some bogus. Like, he was just in love with the idea that I was fucking staring at him. Like, fuck you, clown. Like, come get this bear spray. And then if you still want to push the issue, because I have deadly means and I have non-lethal means. I don't want to use deadly means. I'll use them. You know, like, I hope to freaking have to use the non-lethal means. Like, I don't want to have to, like, I don't want to reach and find a Bowie knife or a buck knife or something like that. I want to reach and find bear spray, because then it's, like, less lethal and shit. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm about, or, you know what I mean, but that's kind of like who I am and shit. So if you, like, do anything to me, like, fuck you. But then there could be a thing with that. Like, even if I use the bear spray against an attacker, I could still be the one ended up in jail and shit like that. Because self-defense is, like, fleeting. Like, the second that you consider whether or not it's self-defense, it starts to deteriorate. Because in order to be self-defense, you have to be trying to actively de-escalate and get away. In some states, they say you don't even have to get away because you have a legal right to be somewhere. Then you can just stay where you are. And even if someone's tripping and it's going to be an issue, you just stay right where you are. If he pushes it, then you can just, you know, you know. But I don't think this is one of those states. So if you have a notion of self-defense, it's almost got to be, like, sporadic, like, spontaneous. Because if you're thinking about, oh, I'm protected by self-defense, like, it'll vanish. It'll dissipate. It'll become less and less up until the moment then, like, it's obvious that you had taken some joy or some delight or something like that in bear spraying this guy, and now, like, you know, why didn't you leave or something? Like, you'll talk and you'll talk yourself into a corner, and then they'll remove that self-defense, you know, from you, and it's like, oh no, you don't get that.